Have you been able to incorporate any nods or Easter eggs from D&D stuff or board game stuff in Bravest Warriors?
You're gonna have to watch Bravest Warriors, guys. But the answer is yes.
Okay.
The answer is so much yes that.
Well, I know there's a bunch of philosophies, and from the episodes I see, I would be like, oh, that's kind of like a callback here. But I didn't know. Did you have like a favorite one where you're like, oh, I'm really happy about this, or don't give them away. It's not released.
They're not like anything like, oh, we're gonna go play Dungeons and Dragons. But like, if you look at some of the things, like we've all been sitting around a corner with pieces of paper and dice, like in the art of the episode. Like, so it's like you're gonna see that kind of Easter egg.
Well, that's what I love. I love just the influence that you guys clearly have, because the Bravest Warriors weapons, like they're all like spectral or like, and they're futuristic, so like they could have laser guns, but they all wield swords or axes, or like Beth has that like
cat whip.
Cat whip. Yeah. Do you have a favorite episode so far?
So my favorite episode is actually your favorite episode.
With the mall and the beer?
Yeah, it's Fast Times. Yeah, it's an episode in season 3. I think it's like episode 5. All the Bravest Warriors go to a mall, and Danny has created a beard time machine. So he can like speed up or slow down his man as long as he wants, as long as he vows to never shave again. So, because like that's just how it works. And he's trying to pick up all the girls by having like crazy facial hair. It's just so funny. And like the whole episode was so well put together. And actually, that episode was originally a comic. It was originally in the comic book. The original writer of Bravest Warriors wrote that episode, but it was too long for 5 minutes. It was too long. And like, because Chris discovers there's like someone trying to bomb the mall, and like he's trying to like deal with that. Danny's trying to pick up girls. Beth is trying to get the guy from the
she's trying to date
cheese
some
place.
guy, right? Yeah.
Beth is trying, or Plum is trying to do her thing. It was all like, it was so big, and the way that it all turned out. So when we finally went to 11 minutes, they came back and were like, we're doing this episode, and they're like, absolutely, and it was the best one, I think, of until that point, absolutely the best episode.
I love that one a lot. It's really funny. I mean, well, that's why I love Danny's such a good character. He almost has like Wallow has a lot of good tech too, but Danny is totally like the crazy inventor, like the Doc Brown or like Rick Sanchez.
I got
crazy inventions.
When I booked Bravest Warriors, I was upset that I wasn't Chris.
I remember you saying that because you tried out for Chris, correct?
For Chris, I worked so hard because I wanted to do romantic comedy, and I did not understand how much I got lucky getting Danny, because Danny is so much fun, and he's so much just me in real life that it just like all the calamity, and I'm just like,
well, I think he sets. I mean, it's definitely like the team. They spread the attention around the team. I mean, Chris does have the whole emotion lord plot that's kind of like larger than life, and that's like the big larger than life going on. But I feel like Danny, right in the very first episode, he sets the tone, because you got the Bravest Warriors are facing off against someone, and it's like how you know it's going to be different from Adventure Time. Like I forget what Danny says, but he just like flicks off the villain. Yeah, he's like, he has the first line of he's like, you, and like Chris comes in to calm him down, but it's like so perfect, and it sets the tone for the whole show. Is that the first line, or does Chris say something first? I think the first line might be yours, right?
Bravest Warriors, he's like, oh, you kind of look like doors. Well, if you don't want our help, then up yours. Yeah, it was like pretty quick. It's like, oh, we're sorry. Yeah, I think we're Bravest Warriors. We're here to help is I think the first.
Okay, but still, no, it like really sets the
mine
tone.
is mine. I do have the first line. It goes, where we got a red honk. Yeah, it was the red honk. We've got a red honk.
Yeah, and within 5 seconds, you're flicking off the villain.
Yeah.
And it really kind of sets.
It wasn't the villain. That was the kind of the shady.
It was the person you're helping. That's right. You guys were trying to help someone.
We were a bit angsty, to be fair. But no, after writing the show, I fell in love with Wallow.
Wallow's a great character.
Wallow became my favorite one to write because he's always where you need him. There's always this like weird space, like when you're writing, like you're like, oh, I've got this like perfect idea, and you start to like actually put it on paper, and you're like, oh man, there's holes everywhere. Like, how do we get from this scene to this scene? How do we get from this to this? And Wallow was just always right there. And he's like, nice.
Like a mechanic to like put more humor in, or to like
just his character makes so much sense that it you just fall in love with him. I remember when on my spec script that I wrote about this Bravest Warriors trying to hire a new Bravest Warrior to clean the house while they're gone, because they're like, nobody wants to do chores, and they're like, dude, if we just get another Bravest Warrior, that could be his mission. you know, and it was pretty funny. And they take him on a quest to like go stop this planet that's melting. It's an ice planet that's like heating up, and they drop this guy, and of course it's all just gets crazy. But Wallow falls in love with like this snow woman. And I was like, how do I like make this a thing? And he's like, yeah, I took her to candlelit dinner at one point. Yeah, it wasn't a good idea. You know, like meaning that she melted. Well, they end up like smooching and she melts to nothing. And he's like, not again. Like, he's just so fun because he can have just these like weird zany moments. Like, you can literally do anything with him.
He's I was saying to Devin before we came over, it's also interesting. And I also love Bravest Warriors because just like Adventure Time, and maybe even more so, it deals with kind of like the awkwardness of growing up, discovering your sexuality, what it is to love and be attracted. And I love how Wallow is kind of like this, like, he's attracted to machines, robots, aliens, men, women.
He's actually technically a xenophile.
So he likes aliens.
He's interested to anything that's cute. He doesn't care about gender.
He doesn't.
It's just like, you want to be cool and you want to hang out. Cool, hang out with me. You know, it's less like about like the like relationship aspect, I think of it, but more just about companionship with everything. And I think that's part of what makes Wallow a charming character on the show.
Well, the layeredness of the show is why I think it's going to succeed really well over a lot of other shows.
Well, you guys need to watch the new stuff, the new seasons. We went from 5.5 minutes to 11 minutes.
Before we came over, we just watched season 1.
We watched episode 1 and 2 of season 4. So the one that starts off and you guys are battling like that robot crazy guy and Danny has that weird radiation sickness.
I'm sick. Oh, yeah. No, it's good. And it's interesting because we went to a whole nother studio, like everybody's figuring out like how to all work together, I think. And every episode, the show gets better and better and better because we've all kind of found our unified place in the machine of Bravest Warriors. And it's great, and it's like it's cool because like now you're seeing like the heartbeats of like everybody in every frame, and it's a magical experience just being a part of a show that we've been going for 7 years now.
Damn,
7 years, 2012.
Shout out!
But I think it's about to
Skitbags Radio.